Hello everyone, it's October and it's the first pumpkin pie pumpkin that I'm gonna process, and I usually cook the pumpkins and turn it into puree, and I'm still gonna do that, but I'm gonna do it a little different. So last year I'd bake it like at 350 for like 40 minutes and then puree the baked pumpkin. But I found sometimes like and I just baked it like cut open side down, and sometimes it would brown and I'd waste some of the pumpkin, and that didn't make me happy. And I found a new recipe to cook it at 325, so a lower temperature. Bake it at an hour and then cover the cut side with aluminum foil and bake that for an hour, cut side, cut with aluminum foil. Anyway, I'm sorry. It's hard to talk while I pull out pumpkin seeds at the same time. All right, so the new method is bake for an hour, 325, covered in aluminum foil. So we're gonna try that. So hopefully that way, because some of my pumpkin, I'd have it face down and it would get a little brown because of the sugars in the pumpkin, you know, would cook and get a little burnt. So let's try this method. Lots of seeds in here. Of course, you know I'm keeping the seeds. Can not keep the seeds, right? This one actually has like a lot of seeds. I don't know if you can see that, but lots and lots of seeds. All right, let me finish cleaning out the seeds. I'll wash my hand and then I'll show you. Just cut it in half and cover it with foil. All right, next step, I'm literally just gonna cut it in half. That half, not the best half, but okay. And so as you can see, there's still lots of guts in it. And so all I do is I just take a big like soup spoon and I just scrape it. Scrape it as good as I can. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to get all the guts, because once you bake it, you can also, what is going on here? You can also, after you bake it, you can pull the guts out easier too. And I definitely don't want to miss those seeds. I don't know if you just saw Mimosa, my orange cat, is being curious. But we're training her not to jump on the counter, and once she realized she was on the counter, she jumped back on the bar stool. So she's learning. They're learning. I don't mind them on the bar stools. I just don't want them on the counter. All right, so let me get these scraped really good. All right, I got the pumpkins nice and scraped, and I did cut a little portion of the bottom, the brown part where the stem was connected. And now I'm going to cover with aluminum foil. Just the top part like that. And then the recipe online said to bake with that up. So let's see if that works. All right, so there we go. Now I'm gonna bake that for an hour at 315. Here are the pumpkin seeds. You know I'm not gonna let that go to waste. So I'm gonna roast these pumpkin seeds later. And there's many different, not many, but there's several different recipes how to roast seeds. A lot of people like soak their seeds for a couple hours or overnight. I don't do that. I rinse them really good, maybe soak them for like 5 minutes to rinse them really good. But then I just spread them out on a towel to air dry. And then once they're completely dry, I toss them in a little olive oil, salt them, and then bake them for like 20 minutes. I think it's at 350, but I'll bake them at the end of the video and we'll go over it again because I gotta find my recipe. And then I just use salt and olive oil. Some people will like use special seasonings. But I just like the classic salt and oil. Here I am just trying to get all the pumpkin guts out before I give it a good rinse. So for such a small pumpkin, that is a nice amount of seeds. Perfect for me and my husband tonight. It's been an hour. I just peeled the aluminum back, so I just do a fork test and it seems pretty done to me. So I'm gonna let it cool down and then I will peel off the outer layer. This is definitely the new way I'm gonna bake all my pumpkins. So it's all the pumpkin flesh scraped right off into here, no problem. I feel like there's a lot less waste. I just, you know, scraped it right off with a fork and it came out perfect. And now I need like 30 ounces worth, so I will have to measure this to see if I have enough ounces for the recipe I plan on doing. I plan on making pumpkin butter. I've never made pumpkin butter before. That'll be a different recipe, but I will say this is how I'm going to process all pumpkins. 1 hour, 325 degrees, covered aluminum foil, worked out perfectly.